holiday season is here. I was feeling the Christmas spirit this year, so I thought, why not sew something for myself? And I felt inclined to make myself a little holiday dress. You know, I'm kind of a Grinch, but I do think that I had the Christmas spirit in me this year because I also got a tree. I haven't gotten a tree in 10 years. So we're really feeling it this year. I'm really wanting to make this Orseund Iris top that I saw a couple years ago for forever, and the cards just didn't align. Okay, so look at her. She's gorgeous. I love the cute little ruffle detail everywhere. I love the bright red. I loved it styled with a little cardigan, and I just happened to buy myself a little red cardigan, which is nice because now I have the outfit to make it. I'm keeping it a dress for now for the holiday season to wear with some tights, but I might end up changing my mind and making it a top for the spring. You know, switch it up a little bit. Reuse, reduce, recycle. One day, magically, I go to my favorite community discount store and I found the perfect red trim. I literally got all the yardage. I think there ended up being 15 yards. And I was like, I'll take it all. That got my little head spinning. I could make this Orseund Iris top with it. Sometimes you just got to keep these ideas locked away, and eventually the universe will kind of bring you together. And then I found some jersey fabric in my stash that I had had from a red top that I made a while ago that I also got from a little discount store. So like this whole project probably took me, I would say like literally max $10, all the materials. So I'll take you along on a little sew along with me and attempt to tell you what I'm doing. I'll talk over it and kind of give you an idea of this pretty simple remake of an Orseund Iris top. Making luxurious, beautiful designer things for a discount. Now, while I love the original design, not in the budget, honey. So we're gonna make our own version and appreciate the original one. And then also I did maybe a little bonus item, sneak peek, that I also thought would be cute to wear along with it. Come along and make this cute little remake with me. Yay!
Let's do a little sketching. Here's my process. I like to sketch things out to get to understand what I'm making. It kind of helps me process how to execute the upcoming project, gets the brain churning. I like to sketch on Adobe Illustrator. It's like my comfort zone since I use it at work on a daily basis. I know my croquis is not very accurate, but she works. She's got a little body yaddy.
So I wanted to let you guys know how I did the pattern making for this style. So I actually had this free pattern from Isa and Stitches for this little reversible tank top. And it was kind of the perfect pattern to already use. So what I did was take this pattern, you can download it free using the link from this video. All I did was add some hip shaping to it and extending it the length to make it into a little dress. I kind of just freehanded this, so maybe you guys can go download this pattern and also do the same thing for yourself. The tutorial is in French, but she does a really good job with the visuals, so it's really easy to follow along, and I'll also have some visuals in the video as well.
Okay, well, she fits. Good news. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm bugging. I wanted to make sure that she fit first before I cut out the lining for this, and also I started her off as a dress. I don't know. Either way, worst case scenario, I'm just gonna make it a top. I just basted her, so then I'm gonna cut out a double version of this and I'm gonna sew them together, and then it'll be like more cinched in, hopefully. You know, bodycons, they're not my favorite. Maybe I don't want it to be a dress. I hate when your knits do this weird little kick-up thing. Yay! I'm gonna try adding a little bit to the hips when I cut this new one to see if it'll help release it, and maybe I'll like it better as a dress if it does that. Just trying to make it like a smidge more A-line than I am like tube top or tube dress. We'll see. New is on bottom, old is on top. Added a little more. Next.
I wanted to try a little draping before I got into everything, so I decided to put my front pattern piece on my form and just kind of pin where the trim was. I was worried about it looking too like busty. I was trying to figure out the distance between each row. And you know, I'm just taking you through my thought processes here. Let's start sewing.
Okay, we're starting the sewing time. I was trying to figure out the best strategy here. Oop, kitty alert. Hi. Does anyone else have a girly kitty who only wants attention when you are busy doing something that doesn't involve cats at the moment? Yeah, that's her. So my question was, do I sew bottom ruffle to top ruffle, or do I do top ruffle to bottom ruffle? Very serious questions. No, but really, I just started from the top to the bottom and pinned the top trim out of the way for each row that I did. And I don't know, it worked, so that works for you, go along with it. This is me showing you that I'm starting at first ruffle 3/8 down from the top edge. Then to prep for sewing, I am putting on my walking foot. I think that this helps sewing knits. It kind of keeps the tension even on the top and the bottom of the fabric. Okay, so I'm doing a zigzag stitch. I think the walking foot is the way to go, and using a zigzag stitch. Here's what the back looks like. This is gonna be a long journey of putting these little ruffles on.
Chaos is happening. Yay! This is how far I've gotten. She looks cute. It's working out pretty good. So we got this. For the first one, I did a zigzag stitch. And then for the second one, I did a straight stitch and I pulled. And I had to continuously pull on both sides, top and the bottom, as I was doing the straight stitch. And they both still stretch. So I think either method definitely works. I did notice on the first one though, with the zigzag stitch, I think because I'm close to the edge of the garment, you know, sometimes it has a harder time like jump starting into everything. It did kind of pull a little bit, but either way, if you're a beginner, I think that either method would work. Once you're done, it'll kind of back up, kind of like with elastic thread. The straight stitch was more tedious in a sense of I had to completely have full control on the entire thing, but the zigzag stitch took forever. So do with that what you will. It's just so slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. No. Too many back and forth. So I'm gonna keep it going. I still got plenty of trim. Repetitive sewing. It's not my favorite usually. So sometimes I tend to get bored mid-project because I'm overdoing the same exact thing over and over again. Let's get to sewing. Okay, we have an update from the sewing room. Breaking news, breaking news. We finished the front. Yay! I don't know why I always say we, but I think it just, like me and all the people in my head. You know? Get the vibe? Finished the front. She's not very cute on the inside, but no one's gonna know that. No one's gonna look. No one's gonna see it because we're gonna line it. So I'm excited about that. But she looks really good. I like the proportions of the way that she came out, and I like that it's not like too floofy. It looks like really good. But we gotta finish for a holiday party, so let's make it snappy, girl. Anyway, the next step is we're gonna sew up the side seams and sew up the side seams on the lining. And then once we sew the stuff on the side seams and the lining, then we're gonna put them together, and I'll show you guys how to do that and to clean finish it on the inside. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay guys, we made it to almost the finale. Next step is that we're going to put this, oh, we have a kitty alert. We're going to put the front, it's turned the correct way. We have the lining that's turned inside out still. We're going to put the self into the lining. Does that make any sense? Anyway, I'll just visually show you. So here is this, and I'm going to put her in here. Okay, we got them together now, and then now we're only going to sew the armholes and then all the way into the back top edge, and then the armhole again. So we're starting to create that clean finish everywhere. So, and then I don't know if I gave this tip before, but just FYI, when you're starting your zigzag stitch all the way down, you're gonna start with a straight stitch for like maybe like, I don't know, 5 stitches, back stitch, come back. Try out a couple different options, but I would say at least 5 to 6 stitches and then start getting into your zigzag stitch. But before we do that, I forgot that I also need to cut out my straps. Let's get our straps first, and we're going to insert them, and then I'll come back. Here's some fabric I have left over. We're going to do 1.5 inch long strip, and then I'm going to see, I could just need one and I can cut it because they usually stretch. So I think that'll be for now. We have our strip. I'm pretty sure that I could probably use, this should be enough to make both sides of the strap. So what I'm going to do here is, to make the strap, I'm just going to fold it along the center line, and then I'm going to do a zigzag stitch all the way down and create 2 straps, and then I'll cut them and we'll figure out the placement. We have our finished strap. Now I'm going to turn it inside out and then place it. I'm going to place it on the back only, and the way I'm in between both of these here, and then also on the other side. And then once we start sewing the back and the armholes, you're going to catch the straps in the seam here. And then when we turn it inside out, we're going to measure it on ourselves and then attach the front. Yay, almost there.
Okay, so now here's the hardest part. You just got done sewing the armholes and the back edge, and now we're going to turn the garment around and we're going to go through the bottom. You're going to drag the straps back side to the front side in between both layers. So right now it's in between both layers on the back, and you need to move it to the in between both layers in the front. So you can kind of just like watch my hand movements here and go from there. But basically the point is that you need to go into the front so you can sew your straps down. I think the video movements will explain it better than I can. Also, if you need any help with placement, I just used an old tank top to figure out where I should put the back straps, and then the front straps should go all the way towards the edge. The finale is almost here. I'm just gonna sew up the hem. I'm gonna use a zigzag stitch, and I think I'm gonna do like a, hi ma'am, I think I'm gonna do like a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I know a zigzag stitch is kind of ugly, but kind of the only choice I have. I'm gonna flip and go as I do it. Wish me luck! Hems on knits are hard. But I have a walking foot, and I gotta change out my needle, hold on. Using a ballpoint needle, it really helps it not puncture the fabric and like do something weird. See how this goes. Going well so far. I'm gonna keep going. I finished showing the dress. What? I finished sewing the dress. And now I really want to make a hair accessory to go along with it. So I think I'm gonna make a little scrunchie that uses the matching trim for the dress. So let's do that, because it only should take me like maybe an hour. Scrunchie time! All right, you heard it,
Yay.
Scrunchie time. So I just cut out a 6" by 40" rectangle. And then I'm gonna pin the trim on, and I'm gonna baste it. Okay, I started over. I decided I'm gonna baste this trim down first. Then I'm gonna fold it over and then restitch. That way the trim kind of like just has a stay. I don't have to like pin it entirely the whole way. I don't know why I didn't think about the first time, you know? Anyway, so I also had to recut it and make it like twice the size. I think I just wasn't thinking, so I made it smaller than I should have been. So starting over, round 2. Take her out. Yay, I'm gonna give her a good press. Elastic, one more time. Let's see if it looks better than the last time. Okay, much better. Thinking, people usually say 8 inches. So that is, I have a little ruler right here. That is nothing. Okay, I'm gonna try it on first, see if it works. Safety pin to the other side. Ooh, much better in comparison. This one's a lot more floofier. Adorable. Okay, so the only thing is I have to sew the sides together first. So I'm just gonna mark where I had it before and then go from there. Well, I should have done sewing the sides up first, but you know, sometimes I don't think through things. So I'm gonna line these up outside facing each other. Does that make sense? The outside facing each other? You know what I mean. You're here to sew. Whatever. I'm only gonna sew around like 3/4 of the way, and then I'm gonna leave like probably like an inch open, and then I'll hand stitch that. Stitch down in 3 places, so like 1, 2, 3, and then that way it's like really secure. We have made it to the reveal. I love how she turned out. She's mostly cutesy, but she could be chic depending on how I styled her. I love the little ruffle detail, of course. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. I would love to wear her with some good black velvet chunky platform heels. And I would also love to wear her as a top with a wide leg dark denim and a little cardigan on top with my little scrunchie. Red has really been my color of the year. Let me know if you got inspired to make something, and I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.